Emotions. What are emotions? Why do we have them? How do they influence our behaviour? And what happens in relation to dementia? We usually feel our emotions in response to something, someone, or an event. These emotions can be influenced by our personal experiences and our beliefs. Remember our amazing brain? Well, our brain helps us experience emotions that can influence our behaviour to keep us safe. So how does this work? Well, the main part of the brain that is responsible for our emotions is called the amygdala, deep within our temporal lobes, and is part of what we call the limbic system. This part of the brain is mainly involved in emotion, memory, the fight or flight response, and our sense of smell. So memories, smells, and emotions are linked. For example, if you think back to a memory that was happy, such as your wedding day, or the day you held your first pet, you may feel those emotions again. Or a smell may take you back to a memory that sparks your emotions. So what are our key emotions? Let's take a look. These include anger, disgust, fear, happiness, and sadness. We feel these emotions for a number of reasons. For example, we can feel anger when we're unable to do something we want to do, or when someone else treats us with a lack of respect, such as being ignored. Feeling angry may help us to get our voices heard. It can also motivate us to move out of a situation and give us a sense of control. It can make us aware of unfairness, and so act in a way to protect our values and our beliefs. The important thing to remember about emotions, like anger, is that they all serve a purpose in alerting us to a situation. How we manage them is important. Our next emotion is disgust. We can feel disgust when something or someone repulses us, such as a nasty smell or taste. This may take us out of danger by warning us against contamination and disease. So we may feel disgust when we see an insect on our food, such as a cockroach. And we may feel disgust when food smells gone off, resulting in us avoiding that food or situation, which may make us very ill and in some cases could lead to death. Let's move on to fear. This is felt when we feel in danger, when something may be physically or mentally harmful to us, and we may respond by running, hiding, or freezing. Here we can see that when we experience fear, our nervous system sends signals to our adrenal glands to release hormones and adrenaline to prepare our bodies to run away and keep ourselves safe. That is why we feel our heart beating faster and a strange feeling in our stomach that we call butterflies. Again, this emotion is experienced to influence our behaviour to keep us safe. So let's go on to look at sadness. Sadness is an emotion that usually arises from a feeling of loss, failure, or separation from someone or something. For instance, the loss of a pet. Sadness can lead to isolation and may make a person withdraw from others. The purpose of sadness is, again, vital for our survival. For example, we may need to alert others to our need for some comfort and support, or the need to take some time out to rest. Sadness can also motivate us to move out of a challenging situation, such as being in an unhealthy relationship or job. So you see, our emotions have a purpose and will trigger our behaviour. And now my favourite, happiness. Happiness is usually felt when we're doing something pleasant. It may be when we are with our loved ones, experiencing enjoyable times, events, and places. Happiness can be fueled by a neurochemical called dopamine, which makes us feel good and motivates us to seek such rewards through our behaviour, which can help us succeed in life. For example, this could be achieving your completion of this training that would help you be more confident in your role. It may also be about being with the people who inspire you and make you feel good about yourself. We express our emotions in many ways, through facial expression, body posture, language, crying and shouting and laughing. As I mentioned earlier, there is also a connection between emotions and hormones. For instance, when we hug someone we know well, we release a hormone called oxytocin, which is associated with positive relationships and trust, and is also involved in childbirth. It can help us feel safe. There are, however, many situations in our daily lives that can cause our emotions to spill over. For example, maybe something embarrassing happened to us in front of our friends, which made us uncontrollably angry. Or maybe we had something important to say, but nobody was listening. Or some event may take us back to a time when we were very sad. How we manage our emotions is important in our everyday lives. People who have dementia still feel their emotions, which can in turn trigger how they respond and react, just like anyone else. When they struggle to communicate verbally, their emotions step in. They are more likely to often feel fear because they are realistically losing control of many aspects of their lives and experience multiple losses, which in turn will stop them from feeling safe. These losses can include memory, the ability to communicate, ability to attend to their daily activities, loss of their working and family roles, finances, and in many cases, loss of friends and family. How would we feel if any of this would happen to us? Would we be able to control our emotions? That is why we as carers need to try to understand what the person is experiencing and what situation may have triggered their emotions, so that we can provide comfort, clarify their feelings, show empathy, and help them feel understood and safe.